Hey, so Matt Heath in the weekend, the King's birthday honours came out, and I was scouring them for your name. I was like, where is it in alphabetical order? And then I saw, and I was like, Heath, and then I saw Henwood.
Yeah.
Dai Henwood.
Bloody Henwood.
Dai Henwood.
I tell you what, if there's one person that does not deserve a nod in the King's honours list, it's Dai Henwood.
Yeah, that's right.
What has he ever done for everyone?
Nothing.
Miserable. He makes everyone that he runs into, he makes their life worse.
Yeah, he turns up late to everything. He demands stuff all the time. He's constantly sending me
nary a positive word to say about anyone.
Correct. Sends me these text messages that are just, I can't show them to you. Yeah. I'm like a vehicle for him just to abuse me.
What joy has he brought into the world?
Zero. Absolutely none.
Nothing.
So
I've written a letter to the King. You don't know the real Dai Henwood.
Yeah, we see him every day.
He is a fucking asshole.
He's dark. There's something dark going on there, and the fact that he's been honoured just makes my skin crawl.
It just calls into question the whole bloody thing.
Yeah. Oh,
should we get rid of him?
Yeah. I mean, he was sandwiched between Ruth Richardson and Tim Southey.
Fucking give Lundy a bloody knighthood. Well, you're at it.
Services to league scrums. No, congratulations to Dai. He is the best of us.
Yeah.
Dai Henwood. And I would say comfortably he'll be the first and last member of the ACC to be honoured in this way.
You don't think bloody Hoodie J will get a nod?
Services to smoking durries.
Lee Hart might. Services to
philanthropy.
Well, he doesn't do any philanthropy, but
he does kind of when he goes to the pub. He'll buy you a drink.
Oh, actually, services to
drinking.
He is very generous at a pub.
Oh, yeah. Services to pub philanthropy.
That's true. And, I mean, to making successful businesses out of absolutely nothing.
Services to chips. Services to snacks and drinking.
But won't Jeremy Wells just being sort of the upper class elite, don't they just eventually just get knighthoods bestowed upon them from the other people of the elites?
He becomes a lord.
He becomes a lord, right?
Yeah. Lord Wells.
Lord Wells, because the blood is so blue, you just get given a lord. They take a little bit of blood out of you, they put it in a petri dish and go, this is so blue.
Yeah, checks out.
Yeah, we better give him a lordship.
Lord Wells of Ponsonby.
Yeah.
He gets a huge tract of land as well.
Why the fuck won't I get a knighted?
Do you have to have a nomination from someone?
It's sayings like that rule you out of getting a knighted.
Yeah, look, I mean, they'll go back through the tapes. I'm the same. It's like,
you're not getting it. What services to destroying the hopes and dreams of sports fans?
Yes.
New Zealand sports fans around the world.
That's why it's a service. Doesn't it be a good service, does it? Look, I mean, the digital footprint's going to do us all a disservice.
Oh, God. Just AI at some point is just going to be unleashed to just... Because, no one could be bothered listening to our shit and find all the crimes we've done. It would take too long.
And that's why Wells has got away with it. That's why you've got away with it. You're on the News Talk ZB.
I know. I can't believe it.
One search.
The fact that I'm still allowed to broadcast is just laziness from people. No one's done their due diligence on me.
That's true. That is true, actually.
But that's what I mean. AI can do it so quickly. They can listen to all our shit, all our podcasts, and just find within seconds put together a dossier against us.
But that goes to show how amazing Dai Henwood's work is, because he's still got the blemish of the ACC honours.
That's true, actually.
On his image, and he's still able to get a King's honours.
We did our best to try and bring him down, but he couldn't.
No,
he's made some pretty edgy jokes in his time.
Oh, yeah.
on 7 days.
7 sharp.
7 days. Yeah. I mean, Christ, the fact that Jeremy Wells is on 7 sharp just shows how slack people are in their in their cancelling. Cancel culture needs to be ramped up again.
Is anyone doing reference checks?
Yeah. Is anyone checking in at the careers of people like me?
Yeah.
And Jeremy Wells?
What is wrong with people?
Don't look too hard.
It's lazy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, there's a reason why.
Anyway, congrats to Dai Henwood.
There's a reason why we aren't on Sky anymore. You're looking right at him.
But I respect that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, we are happy to crash and burn.
Yeah.
At the altar of acting like penises.
Do you have to be nominated for an award like this? Does someone have
someone else? Yeah, someone else does the work.
I really want to nominate Patrick Lamb from Patrick Pice, but I'm not sure how to go about it.
He'll get there. I don't think his work is done though.
Yeah.
So you don't want him to be
because he's now going around teaching other people how to make great pies. So he's done incredible stuff.
Oh yeah.
So he's not even gatekeeping the recipe.
No,
he'll be Sir Patrick Lamb. Don't you worry about that. Just services to pies because there's no other service.
Yeah.
more deserving.
Because that's I was scrolling down looking for Patrick Lamb when I came across Dai Henwood.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was like, come on, Lammy.
Where's Lammy? Well, there is a way to solve that.
It's
Matt.
like,
You can
I really want it to happen, but I'm not willing to do any work. Someone
there you go.
needs to fill out some forms.
Surely.
Would it kill someone to take half an hour out of their life to do that?
Yeah, someone from Bakels, surely. Someone from Bakels.
Bagel.
Someone from the Bakel can do it.
Thank you, Bagel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bagel.
Speaking of which, that's coming up. That's next month.
Oh, brilliant.
The Pie Awards is always end of July. So that's always a night.
You going?
That's a night of nights. Hell yeah.
Are you still in the loop of...
Yeah, we're still in the loop of Big Pie. Big
cool.
pastry. Big pastry, the Bakel. So that's happening again end of July. So it's a good little winter Christmas, that one.
Yeah, it's good.
Is the Pie Awards. Anyway, I digress. Congratulations, Dai. And there was a lot of mana munching off the back of that announcement. Right, live from the Export Beer Garden Studios. This is the agenda for Monday.
Have we not started it yet?
Nah, June. It's June as well. June the 3rd.
Shit. That doesn't seem right.
Oh, do I hit that?
Yeah,
You hit
sorry.
that thing there, Mash.
The Agenda Podcast, the home of sporting nonsense and claptrap. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Sport all over the walls over the weekend.
Oh, my
It was
God.
splashed
Christ.
everywhere. There's sport absolutely everywhere.
Took me half an hour to clean it up.
Yeah, it's
And
disgusting.
that was just in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It was everywhere. Everywhere.
Before you even got to the bathroom
Yeah.
or the shower.
Yeah, I haven't even touched the shower. The shower, I think the shower can stay like that till the end of this weekend.
At my girlfriend's batch, they've got one of those old routers that you have to still buy data for.
Oh.
Yeah, and her old man runs it. And over the course of the weekend, by the time you got through the Formula One and the WARS game and all that was going on, the Champions League final Sunday morning, I got a firmly worded text Sunday morning going, what the fuck has happened to my data? We've blown out 120 gigs here. There was so much sport on over the weekend.
Well,
Where to start?
he can
Super
afford
Rugby?
it. He can afford it.
He can afford it.
Yeah, totally. Why- I mean, who's nickel and diming on data?
Classic.
Oh, tell me about it.
Classic rural Cantab guy comes to Auckland, meets a young
Yeah.
Auckland hottie
Yes.
with a rich family,
smashes
and then
his dad's
complains
data.
about the data,
Yeah.
the amount of data at their batch.
No,
It's like,
the
how
reason
far
he's
have you come from your roots, Meshy?
You know, that's fair, actually.
The reason he's concerned, and I know.
I think it still makes
I
the
know
dial-up
this.
sound whenever you
He's
turn it on
not.
as well.
He's not thinking, oh, they're up there watching sport.
Yeah.
He's like, that filth bag is up there with my daughter. And they are streaming Blue the whole time.
I tell you what, that was implicit in that message.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's not you're watching episodes of sport. I mean, you've gone back and gone, no, there's so much Super
You were
Rugby.
up at 1 a.m.
Oh.
watching the F1.
Oh.
I'm sure that's why you got up at 1 a.m. to
Yeah.
sneak into the lounge to watch
Yeah.
the F1 for 2
Yeah.
hours. Yeah, that's what the data was.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? We should actually get in touch with them and ask for the
No, you shouldn't.
ask for
That's not a
watch
good idea.
websites for access.
He's
They
the
can
type of
do
guy.
that.
He's the type of guy that would monitor that as well. So I don't think we need to do that.
You can do that.
No,
I
let's
think you
not
should
do that.
ask his service
No,
provider.
it was just sport. That's good
Okay.
to sort that out. Anyway, let's start with rugby,
Should we
fellas.
start with
Yeah.
rugby? So the court. Okay. Get ready. It's the quarterfinals this weekend, but there's only 3 games.
And they're not knockout.
Two of them are.
Okay.
So the Brumbies versus the Hurricanes may be a meaningless game.
That's a knockout. The
No.
Brumbies Hurricanes. One of those teams is going.
Right.
Same and okay. Okay.
Okay, well, hang on a minute. So which is the game that's meaningless this weekend?
They're all got something on them, but
Because if the Crusaders beat the Reds and
It's
the
it-
Chiefs beat the Blues, then both the Brumbies and Hurricanes go through.
No.
No.
So
Yeah.
is it what?
Yeah, so, and that's play, and they've had that one's the last game they're playing. So there's a really good chance if the Crusaders beat the Reds and the Blues beat the Chiefs, then the Brumbies are playing a game where they both go through.
Shit
Oh,
the bed.
that's even worse than I originally thought.
And
'Cause-
and look, I would say I would back the Crusaders to beat the Reds and the Chiefs to beat the Blues. So
Yeah.
I think there's the highest chance possible in this weekend that there'll be in a semi-final in a finals weekend that the Brumbies versus Hurricanes game will not have anything on it.
Okay.
I mean,
There
we're
you
going to
go.
have to get the calculator out.
Well, Chiefs-
Could Super Rugby run a tournament where people that follow it closely, like you and me,
Yeah.
don't have this
I
argument?
know. Just give the Crusaders and the Chiefs the weekend off.
Yeah.
Let the others duke it out. For
This
other semi-final
best
spot.
loser thing is
The lucky loser. They
the
call it.
lucky loser. They're trying to offset something.
They're trying to make it like the NRL, but it's not. That's what they're trying to do. They've got this kind of second chance if you qualify first or second.
But as you say, what the best thing you can do with that is just have the bye for the two top seats.
And then you have a home semi, and then you win that home final.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking that, can the Brumbies still host a final if both the Crusaders and the Chiefs lose?
I'm out.
Then Chiefs are the lucky loser, but they go down a spot to second. Then the Crusaders are out.
Can't we just go into, just because there's not that many teams, right? Can we not just go into just straight knockout footy and
Top
just
4.
have an absolute fucking killer 2 weekends?
Yeah, top 4 final.
Yeah. And then you have 2 weekends where all the focus will be on the thing. But because they've set it up like this, it just sucks the oxygen out of the end of the thing. And now we're like, I know they're trying to get more games so they can put more things on Sky or whatever. But it's like, there's already been arguably too many games.
Yeah.
And so now there's more games, and some of them seem less meaningful. Just go hard fucking knockout.
And do you know what? This is classic Super Rugby as well. The best bit of beef between two teams is happening when one of the teams has been knocked out. And that is the beef between Moana and the Blues has continued after the weekend.
I fired like a friendly sort of slightly ribbing text to James McConey in the weekend about how much I love the Blues because I was sitting in the corporate box eating canapes while they were winning.
Yeah.
He did not take it well. He then started just going, well, I hope you enjoy your fucking wooden spoon for the Highlanders then.
Oh, God.
It's like, okay, mate, we're just going back and
so
forth.
So tense this time
and
of
it's
year,
like,
McConey.
Let's pretend, McConey, you're going to pretend that you die in the fucking, you'll die for Moana Pacifica? You're a Chiefs Mana guy. And now you've suddenly decided that you're going to fucking drive by on the Blues because you love Moana Pacifica so much?
So the Blues posted that classic one that they did the week before with Keep On Doubting Us. We're just picking the right time. Don't care whose side you're on. There's only one of us in the finals. And it was Rico.
I like that.
Glitching it. And then Artie Severe replied in the comments, Lions don't care about the opinions of sheep.
So I was trying to figure out
all bets in the finals, brother. All the best in the finals, brothers.
So was Artie being a friend there, or was he being kind of patronising?
Because is he saying they're the sheep? Because the Chiefs pulled. I mean, if Moana Pacifica don't want to go through, then they can't get absolutely downtrodden by the Chiefs.
Well, Hoskins Satutu obviously took offended because he replied at Artie Severe, "Oh, come on, G."
Okay, so he assumed that what Artie
kiss.
was saying, yeah. And then there was a good patronising kissing emoji, which I always
But hang on a minute, like, but I don't get what Artie Severe's saying because they if you haven't even made into the, and look, I love watching them play, but if you haven't even made it into this very generous playoffs area, then you can't claim that you're a Lion.
It's definitely a dig because there's only one of us in the finals, and that was the dig at the one weekend before about there's only one team in Auckland, and that is Moana Pacifica.
But they need to do this because you need to have need to have a rivalry.
I love it. I hope it.
So good.
It's going to be good because then Rico Ioana keeps coming in with a picture of a cat or whatever, and then Xavier's like,
I think that they
good stuff.
I think they're doing good stuff. It's like they're trying to create.
But it would have been better if it was the Chiefs Blues having beef. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're about to play each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
but I think for next season, as Moana Pacifica get better and better, I think that Auckland rivalry will become bigger and bigger, and that'll become almost, and then we can forget about the rest of the country.
It'll be like the Battle of the Bridge. We used to be.
Yeah.
Remember the NPC days.
They should totally both play at Eden Park, though.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of argument about they won't. I don't think they will.
I think the Blues don't want them to.
No, they don't. That was what they said.
Which is stupid because, I mean, all around the world you have big teams playing in the same stadiums.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even a big thing in a lot of places. So I think that would be fantastic. And then those games would be, if you got that rivalry up. And I reckon Moana Pacifica would start getting bigger crowds in the Blues. That
would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That fixture has the potential to be the biggest fixture on the calendar, I reckon.
Yeah, I mean, most people live in Auckland. Yeah. So if you actually engaged all of Auckland in this rivalry, you'd start selling out Eden Park for these kind of games.
Yeah.
Agreed.
How good would that be?
So if you've got both fan bases coming to the same place, hopefully you'd get a bit of argy-bargy, maybe a few fights.
Yeah, throw some cans.
Yeah.
Show some cans.
Yeah, show some cans. Throw some cans.
We'll take a quick break because we'll come back.
We're a long way away from people showing cans at Super Rugby.
We don't want cans at Super Rugby.
Well,
maybe I'll stay away from that when I'm about to walk
Let's
into
take a
something
break.
terrible.
Yeah. Might get us cancelled from the internet.
Okay, there's a bit of Formula One action in the weekend.
Good.
And
What a weekend it was.
what a weekend. Spanish Grand Prix. Again, pretty predictable in who won it because it was both McLarens, wasn't it? It was Piastri and
There was all that
Norris.
talk that the new load rating on the front wings was going to make a difference, and that maybe that was the advantage that the McLarens had, but it didn't make any difference at all. In fact, their car looked maybe even faster. But you got to say, how great is Max Verstappen?
The strap-on.
Because the strap-on has got such a shit car, as you can see when anyone else tries to drive in his team.
Yeah,
and the fact he's competing there, and then he got totally screwed over by the strategy of Red Bull. I think there's huge problems in Red Bull. They fucked him at the end by putting him on those hards. I love that bit when it went to his mic and he was like, "What tyres have you put on?" He was like, "What have you done to me?" Just before that safety car came in, it goes, "What have you done to me with these tyres?" Because the tyre, that was all they had left. They only had these hards left. They shouldn't have put him on those hards. That was ridiculous. He would have had a chance to a podium. Well, he would have had a chance as well if he hadn't rammed George Russell. But you got to ram. If you got an opportunity to ram fucking George Russell, you got to ram him.
I love the fact that you got told you had to let him pass you. Let George Russell pass because he had to give up the place. Instead, he just rammed him into the wall.
But it's more complicated than that because he didn't have to give up. Like they've come out and said that he didn't. That George Russell was in the wrong. And so if you're Max Verstappen, someone was talking about it on here and they get the sht. But I'm not going to.
Just go the strap.
You go the strap. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go full Dutch. But if you're him and he knows everything, he's on the radio, he knows everything that's happening on the whole field. He can argue rules while he's travelling at 300 kilometres an hour. He's like, "Fuck you for making me give that back to George. I'll do it." And then the red mist came over because he's fighting his ass off. He's the best driver by miles on the grid. He's got a shit car. He's fighting for it. They've got the strategy. They're having to do this crazy tyre strategy for him to even be in the conversation. He drives like an absolute demon. An incredible race. And then they fuck up the tyre strategy. They tell him to give a place back that he knows was his place.
So was that just a recommendation, was it, from his radio
Well, yeah,
team?
because they don't come through with the ruling.
Right.
So his team was like, it's better to give it up now and then back yourself to try and take him back, even though he's on hard tyres and he was never going to be able to. But
Gotcha.
And then, so he's so at the absolute Red Bull mist at this point. He's got full red mist.
Mad Max zone.
He's Mad Max zone. And you have to be in that zone. To be him and be as brilliant as him, you have to be a psychopath. And so part of me, and this made my partner hate my guts, and we didn't talk for about a day. Because I cheered when he rammed him because I was like, that's what I want to see. I want to see, like, he's not going to podium. So you guys know me. This is probably the strategy I'd use. If I'm not going to win, I'll try and kill everyone.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if I'm on the grid with you, I want to be as far away as possible from you on the grid.
I respect that kind of red mist, even though it probably stops him from winning
imagine you
the
on
Drivers'
the
Championship.
first corner of every Grand Prix, they'll be like, "Oh, fuck, here comes Heath." And you just go straight through the fucking middle of everyone.
You're furious that you've qualified, 20th. So you're Ram number 19.
Yep.
P19.
So Lando Norris described the move as something out of Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And
But that was unfair because that was in the cool-down room, which is my favourite.
Yeah.
My favourite part of that they've added is leaving the mics on in the cool-down room before the podium. And
Every sport should do this.
And they show
It's
them all
so
the hot
good.
takes. They show them all the hot takes.
Yeah, and then they show them like a highlights of the most exciting bits, and then they comment.
And they just talk shit about it. It's essentially a podcast post Grand Prix every time.
It's absolutely brilliant that they've done that pre-podium. And then you realise what good guys all of them are. What good mates they are, and you realise what a load of bullshit Drive to Survive is.
Yeah.
And they all have a joke, and you realise they're just young dudes that go, "Holy shit, man, I nearly crashed into you,"
How good would it be to stage a punch-up in there, though?
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey, we're going here, you say something, I'll show you, you just smack me, and we'll just roll around on the floor.
Sure.
Because if you watch Drive to Survive in the next season, they'll have this whole thing that Norris and Piastri just hate each other, and the rivalry is eating them up, and they can't believe it. And then you see them hang out, and they're joking together.
Yeah.
I fucking loved Lando Norris's press conference. His partner.
His Mitty.
Why is it all right for Tracy to go on about how hot Charles Leclerc is? And then
we're living in double standards.
I start suggesting that maybe some of the partners
a breath of fresh air.
A breath of fresh air. Yeah. And suddenly I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, yes.
When you get like half a flash of Charles Leclerc's eyes.
You're like,
Anyway.
Yeah, I didn't realise that.
You got to take advantage of that. You got to go put a helmet on immediately. Then. At that stage, put a full face helmet on.
My lazy
suit.
bung eye is not good in a helmet. But anyway, the point I was trying to make that I've forgotten was like Lando Norris comes out and they ask him a question, and the first thing is, what do you think about strap on? What the strap on did, and then he just laughs and he turns to the other person and they go, you compared it to a Mario Kart. And he goes, oh, cool, you guys listening to that? Did you hear that? And he goes, oh no. And then the woman asks another question, kind of suggesting around what it means for kids that are go-karting or whatever. And he goes, and then Lando has this big smile on his face and he goes, we ran a really good race. I thought the strategy was really good. It was great to see. Great to see.
High elbow, front defence, high elbow.
Answered a different question.
He's such a GC, Lando.
I fucking love him.
There was a great moment of sarcasm
post as well, who's basically a robot, but yeah.
There was a great moment of sarcasm post-race, and him and Max, I think, are quite good mates, aren't they? They're always sharing private jets together.
Yeah.
And that same lady did ask him about whose fault he thought it was.
Yeah.
And then he just looked up at the screen and was, clearly George's fault. And just George is next to him, and he just realised he's just fucking winding up George in the meantime. They're great dudes.
They're great dudes, and they had that press conference when Lando goes, he goes, oh, well, as the guy that won the race, I think Piastri should answer that question about Max. And then Piastri goes, piece of shit. And then he goes, tries to kick it to touch. And then Lando goes, that's not what he said out back. that's not what he said out there. They're all laughing because they're like, they're all buddies with Max and they don't, and then meanwhile, everyone in the media is trying to pretend it's the end of the world. Like, Michael Schumacher didn't behave like that. Like Ayrton Senna didn't do crazy things like that. Like it somehow is going to ruin the legacy or the all it's going to do is bring more people to F1. And people that love Max. Yeah. And they love him more because he's fucking mental.
That classic throwing the question to someone else, that is as old as the day from, like going, I think Matt Heath more like some
qualified to answer that question.
Real curly one, and then you go, wow. Lee Hart?
Yeah. We've got I think we've got some audio of Max's awesome, full Max fuck the media appearance.
Hi Max, I imagine you know my first question. Was the move on George intentional? My first question has to be, was the move on George intentional when you turned in?
Does it matter?
I think so, to people watching.
Yeah? Okay. That's great. I mean, I prefer to speak about the race than just one single moment.
The moment itself got you a 10-second penalty though, and that pushes you back down to 10th, so it affects your driver's title hopes this year.
If there are any. So I think we are way too slow anyway to fight for the title. I think that was clear again today.
And just finally for me, leading up to the end of the race there, you were saying in the car that the ride is completely broken. You were unhappy about Lawson and Behrman's tussle in front of you, and then on the radio when GP came on and said, you need to give the place back, there was a lot of frustration going on in the car. Is that what resulted in the move at the end of the race? Is that where it came from? Because you pull off something like the move in Imola, and we all see what an incredible driver you are. And it's horrible to see that shine taken off.
Is it?
With a comment about that. I think so. For fans and for kids watching, I think so.
Yeah? Okay, well, that's your opinion.
Yeah?
So we leave it there.
All right, thanks, Max.
That's how you deal with an absolute fuckwit of a reporter.
Yeah, she wasn't happy with him.
I think fans and kids. And, what have you ever fucking done in your life?
I love that. Well, that's your opinion. See you later.
Yeah, what does he care? He gets paid $85 million a year.
I'm going to get in my private jet.
I think life's all right for Max,
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. And, he has come out on Instagram and done as close as you can possibly do to an apology.
Yeah.
Which is basically, it wasn't right what I did, and sorry to the team and all that kind of stuff. But, fuck, you're driving at 300 kilometres an hour. There's a good chance that your adrenaline is pumping and that you are going to sometimes just, overshoot the mark. And you're making these decisions at high speed. And
the fact that we hold the same emotional standards to, our brothers and sisters as we do to Formula One drivers is so loose. These guys are freaks, man.
Yeah. They're not normal
thing.
human beings, and they're at a heightened state. And also, fucking hell, they're bringing the kids into it. Yeah, there's just,
the kids in.
I mean, like, what about kids? the kids will just be ramming into each other.
They should have said the kids shouldn't be driving Formula 1 cars.
Get the kids out of
That's
Formula 1 cars.
irresponsible.
They go too fast.
They shouldn't be in
They can't
Formula 1
reach the
cars.
fucking pedals.
They
They
shouldn't
can't
be.
reach the brakes.
They shouldn't be in cars.
Anyway, it has caused a bit of problem in my house. My support of Max.
Well, right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you.
But I also love it because I love Lando and I love McLaren and I love
Well, you need to go
Oscar.
home, immediately go out and buy a bunch of Ferrari merch.
Yeah.
And go home, like I was saying, put that helmet on, prefer a Ferrari jumpsuit, race suit, like Charles Leclerc, maybe run a dye through the hair, and then just jump in bed and just have the duvet just here with the full helmet.
buy one of those kids Formula 1 beds.
Yes, yeah.
And just suddenly go rum rum rum. Charles Leclerc.
And
Charles Leclerc.
yeah, and then
Charles Leclerc.
your better half will come back and go, oh yeah,
Ooh, Charles Leclerc.
Charles Leclerc.
Just keep the helmet on.
Keep the helmet on and the suit.
And then put the visor down.
Yep, please.
Please.
Don't talk.
Don't talk.
And then above the bed is just replays of Charles Leclerc winning the Monaco Grand Prix for 2 years ago.
Do you want to talk about Lawson or not really?
Look,
Yeah, so unlucky.
I am enjoying the fact that he is actually getting a bit more going his way.
Yeah, he is, isn't
But
he?
he's in that situation where they're preferring Hadjar and the strategy, which makes it harder.
Yeah.
But I mean,
He's quick, that kid.
God, with the 10-second penalty for strap-on, it would be like just typical of his luck this year that it wasn't. I think it was 0.02% more, and Liam would have got the points.
I think the fact that Yuki's doing so poorly as well is probably helping him out
Jesus,
quite a lot.
Yuki is making Liam look good.
Oh.
Yeah,
And Max look good.
Yeah.
Because Max is driving the shitter of a car and competing with cars that are so much better.
But it's good. He's got his mojo back. I was worried there for a sec that he'd lost
But
it.
he's a psycho as well. And Max hates Liam at the moment because that fucking crazy thing that Liam was doing at
With
the
Behrman.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
When Max came past and goes, you idiots, because you're supposed to get out of the way at that point. You can't be having your 10th place battle when the podium battle's going.
But he would.
Liam would. Yeah. And I love that about Liam.
But Verstappen would have.
He would. Oh,
He'd do the same.
100%.
There was that clip that came out.
Liam and Max are the most similar drivers on the board.
There was that clip that came out from Lando when Liam Lawson was racing for the first Red Bull side, and he did say that whenever he sees a Red Bull in his mirrors or in front of him now, when Liam was racing alongside Max at Red Bull, it was so confusing because it was two very similar drivers in the same two Red Bulls, and he wasn't used to it, and they drive apparently the exact same, just ruthless.
Fucking ruthless, yeah. Risk it all. I mean, Liam isn't going to necessarily ram someone, but...
Hey, we'll move on from F1, and we're going to
talk about it forever.
Quickly move to the wires because we're not going to touch on it because the Mad Monday guys will cover it off. But the big news, obviously, another victory. Jeez,
fantastic.
They know how to make a game exciting. The Warriors.
I know because you're just like you sit back and go, oh good, fuck, that's great. We've missed a few conversions, but then we're getting tries and we're so far ahead. Then here they come.
Try. You're like, oh shit.
I feel like we're ending every game with
with an old shit moment.
Yeah, within a try scoring margin. It's terrifying.
So 36-30.
Mitch Barnett's
Barnett, you could see as soon as he did that, Mitch Barnett, as he got up and tried to run on it, and you could see him like thump the ground. He's like,
do you think that's because of State of O that he's just had too much of a heavy run around, or do you think it's just bad luck?
I think it's just.
I mean, it's hard to know, isn't it?
Because did you see in the tackle, it just got twisted a little bit.
It doesn't look that bad, but it just moves enough that it fucking how much it would have hurt.
So he's done his ACL. It's very similar to Braden Ennell did the same when just before the World Cup when he just tweaked it and he knew as soon as he looked up the fairs, oh fuck, this is me done. And that's the same. So he's got a rupture.
That's a bit of a disaster,
ACL.
isn't it?
It is a disaster.
Because things are just looking, and you talk about the Wow's grit this season.
Yeah.
A lot of it comes from him.
Yeah.
Just that fucking stand up and just be incredibly fucking reliable and strong and fucking do it.
So we've hit our total win tally from last year already. That's 9 wins.
Yeah, that's a crazy stat.
That is crazy.
Yeah, 9-3 so far this year. And that's all the stats that I have on that game.
So with third, the Raiders are still...
It's a good stat, though.
Raiders are still second, though. And then you got the Doggies. The Doggies at the top. Shit, eh? Is it the year of the Dogs, is it?
Yeah, Marcelo Montoya will be loving life.
Yeah, he's made
getting
the
out
right
of Penrose.
choice. He's made the great choice.
That 2-bedroom apartment in Mount Wellington.
Yeah, so...
Are we still... Is that podcast still going?
Which one?
The Montoyas.
It sounds like the type of question you ask before you tuck
with
into
the
something.
Montoyas.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it was just when he was here, wasn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you have something to say about it?
No.
Oh.
I'm a company man.
Hey, don't forget, all of our podcasts are on YouTube as well, so you can put some vision with the audio.
Shit.
Depends if you want to do that. I don't know. But smash the subscribe button.
Yeah, please.
It's you'll just search Alternative Commentary Collective or at Alt Commentary Collective on YouTube. You'll find us. Subscribe. I've got some exciting news coming up. Matt Heath, thanks to Export Ultra, we are going on tour with the All Blacks.
Shit, yeah.
For the French series. We're going to go down to Dunedin and we're just going to feel ourselves way around Dunedin.
You're going to what your way around?
Feel our way around Dunedin.
Okay.
And then we've got live events in Wellington and Hamilton. So we're going to do live commentary from Shed 22 in Wellington. So maybe if you don't want to freeze your ass off in the Cake Tin, you can join us at Shed 22 with drink specials. We'll commentate live from the bar there. But you have to reserve your spot. Text SHED to 3236 to reserve your free spot there. Loads of prizes to give away. So that's July 12. And then in the Tron, we're going to hit the Roaming Giant that night of the test match. So text ACC to 3236 to book that one. So if you're in Hamilton, text ACC to 3236 to lock in your free spot. And then SHED to 3236 if you're in Welly.
SHED to 3236.
Shed, like SHED.
And what was the other one?
ACC.
ACC.
Just ACC to 3236 for the Roaming Giant and the Tron. We're going to go to all three of those matches, but it'd be great for you to join us there for the live commentary from those locations.
Love it.
All free as well.
How good.
There you go. Thanks to the legends at Export Ultra. We're going to be back. We've got a few yours pleases to get through.
Yours, please! Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Right. Yours pleases. This is the little microphone button on your iHeartradio app. You're more than welcome to fire them through. Like I said, we play every single one out. If we don't do it during an episode, we'll do it during the Omnibus on a Thursday.
Omnibus.
First one, Omnibus.
Do we have an Omnibus?
Yeah, we have a Yours Please Omnibus. We get so many of them, we have to do a
I want to hear,
episode.
because I never hear the ones that relate to me. Personally, like I hear when I'm going to listen to the Omnibus.
Yeah.
Because I'll often say something stupid and then people point it out, but I'm not here to respond to it because I'm only here once a week.
Yeah,
You should join us for the Omnibus one day.
Yeah, come for the Omnibus.
I'd love to come to the Omnibus.
It's a great time.
The Omnibus is a great time.
Do you do another podcast on that day?
Yeah.
And then you do the Omnibus?
Yeah.
Invite me to the Omnibus.
Okay.
I'd love to.
Because I'd like to answer some of those. Because I've heard, I tune into this bloody agenda at the gym, and I hear people running me down for something stupid I've said. I'm just screaming. I'm going,
Fuck you!
fuck you!
You should get on.
Fuck you!
Get on the Yours Please. Okay, first one. Yours Please.
Oi, Finn Caddie.
Oh, yeah.
Can you please send this back in time for Matt Heath?
Oh, fuck off.
Kia ora, good afternoon. I'm Neveriti Manu, and you're listening to News Talk Zach Brown.
Thanks, mate. Love you, fuck North Canterbury.
There's a lot to go through there.
He's got a lot into that 20 seconds.
That's actually bloody good.
Can I say that was 13.68 seconds?
That's tight.
And also, can I just say that Neva Reddy Manu's in my park. I turn up today.
Oh, shit.
She's
You.
in my park downstairs.
Did you get the fuck out of there,
What are you going to do?
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do. Get a toad?
Crack her? Just bang. Smack
I
her?
don't know. She's
Yeah,
lovely.
that feels controversial. I'd go with maybe...
So Van Strap-on would hit her.
I would...
Oh, yeah, Van Strappel would just ram her car from behind and knock it out of the... See, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go down there and do that just to prove
That you're-
to my partner that I'm a real full Max fan.
Yep.
Just
No,
say you've
no,
been
no.
arrested and you've been fired from your job. What did you do? I just got red mist and I drove my car into the back of Neva Reddy Manu's car.
Neva Manu, she's a great New Zealander. She loves to
Lovely.
dress up. I came to work one day and she was dressed like an apple.
Yeah.
Full apple costume. And I was like, is there a theme today? She goes, no. So, okay.
Yeah. She's great New Zealand.
So last week on the show, Matt, you debuted a new nickname for Zach
Fat
Brown.
Brown.
It was Fat Brown.
Did it catch on?
I didn't get the excitement at the time that you were after. Have you noticed anyone use it over the last week or so?
It hasn't. I didn't hear anything in the coverage.
Did you use it at home?
I did use it at home.
How's that gone down at home?
Well, she said you can talk.
Now put that helmet back on and drop the visor.
Yeah. Start speaking in French.
Okay.
Comment double-do.
You need to work on that.
Um,
She's got to go, shh, shh, shh. Can I AI your voice into Charles Leclerc's and you can play that off your laptop?
So inside the helmet, I just have a little UE boom
Yes,
speaker
yeah.
playing
Yeah.
Charles Leclerc interviews.
Yeah, I think the UE boom should just be on the side of the bed. Just cut to the
Yeah,
chase.
it's actually too much
Yeah.
putting it in the helmet. But that was so dominant in that race that you hardly even heard mention of McLaren. They didn't even. Oh no, Zach wasn't there. That's right.
Oh, was he not there?
He wasn't there for some reason.
Oh.
I don't think so. I think, well, he's not even the team principal.
Who is he? Yeah, what is he? Because this confused
he's the
me.
CEO.
Right.
So Andrea is the team principal.
So why is he there fist pumping all the time?
I know this is what I had this because my partner gets furious if I say anything bad about McLaren because she's such a mega fan,
Yeah.
so she thinks I'm being mean saying Zach Fat Brown.
Yeah.
Um,
Which you're clearly not.
no,
It's an endearment, term of endearment.
yeah, but I can't remember my point I was trying to make. What
But
were
if
we
he
doing?
doesn't have to sit on one of the stools,
Yeah, no, I was
why
saying
would he
that
do
at some point because, and I actually got this from G Lane because you said last week that he's decided he wants to be a big part of Drive to Survive. So he's walking around saying sound bites.
Yeah,
hot
to
takes.
try and get into the edit.
That's all he's doing.
Trying to get into the edit.
He's
And I
just
said that,
shocking
and
for
she
it.
got angry at me. She goes, "No,
Did
that's
you blame
not how it
Did
works."
you blame it on me?
I blamed it on you, but
it's such a faux
he
fist
is
pump that he
because
pulls out.
you know because they're the people in that show that will then have those awkward conversations over barbecues where they happen to just be bringing up the exact thing that is currently talking about. So, what do you think about what's happening with Lando and Oscar and the competition in the team? Have you picked a number one, and a number two for the team? And it's like, that the people that agree to those things are the people that are looking for the fame, right? And so then when you see him around, jumping around, Fat Brown, you know that he's trying to get in the edit.
I tell you who's not trying to get in the edit, and that's that guy James from the Williams.
Oh, yeah.
I love James. I've got a real thing for him.
He's got no chin.
He's got
no chin.
He's got zero chin.
He hasn't been blessed in that area.
A lot of people with no chin will cowardly grow a beard to try and
not him.
grow a chin.
Not him.
Just a goatee that fills out.
Yeah, just like a little bit of a prison vagina, just like something there, just to offset it.
But zero chin.
But he's not worried about that. He's not worried about that.
He's like an autistic kind of numbers genius guy.
Yeah, it was a rough weekend for Williams, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Signs started deep and then Albon crashed, is that right?
He pulled out, yeah.
How much would they, we'll slip back into F1 chat, but how much is Ferrari regretting getting rid of Carlos and bringing Hamilton, the ham dog, that's not up to it?
Well, I think probably marketing-wise is a bit better, I reckon. If you got Lewis Hamilton driving around in a road Ferrari, I reckon it'll sell more than Carlos Sainz.
Really? But ladies love Carlos Sainz.
Yeah, but ladies aren't probably not buying the super expensive Ferraris, though, are they? But fans of Lewis Hamilton probably are.
When are we going to get paddle tennis?
What?
You know how every time you see is
that pickleball?
Is there a difference between pickleball and paddle tennis?
Pickleball, yeah.
I just feel like I always see clips of the Formula One guys playing pickleball paddle tennis.
It's coming.
I'd like to play pickleball.
It's coming. Because I reckon... But our issue is we haven't got many pickleball courts.
Yeah. But apparently once pickleball comes, it just starts spreading like a disease across all the tennis courts and basically in months, every tennis court.
Yeah.
And it makes it, they hate it because it makes a triggering noise.
But it's great because it's all the good parts of tennis without having to run around too much.
Yeah. That's why the oldies love it. The boomers love it.
And the Formula One drivers.
But yeah, I can, like people that hate it, it's like, well, not all of us are fucking Naomi Osaka. Actually, most of us are Naomi Osaka. Sulky, fucking whingy crybabies. We are, most of us. We are that, actually, to be fair. She should play pickleball because then she wouldn't get so upset.
Well,
next one. Yours, please.
Hey, fellas.
G'day, mate.
G Lane on water polo parents. Everyone just gets excited by an echo. So you can just get an echo in a pool complex. So I think that's why everyone screams so loud.
Oh, yeah.
But on a water polo note, if anybody's Queenstown or Wanaka based and would like to come along and play social water polo, 7:30 on a Tuesday night, only pool in town where it fits. That'd be great.
Oh, great little plug there for your social water polo.
Love that.
Is there such a thing as social water polo?
Well, I guess that flipper ball, they call it flipper ball.
But the social one, if it's adult social, there's nothing social about drowning another man.
Yeah.
That's like,
I mean, that is the most under the water fouling sport.
Yeah.
Because no one can see what you're doing under the water.
Yeah. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. No, I got triggered because I went in to watch my daughters. But her one was not flipper board, it was water polo, but a splash polo, they called it, where they could still touch the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
But like on tippy toes, so no one could really properly drown. But a lot of screaming from parents in an indoor environment.
Oh, it's so loud.
It smelled of chlorine and it was quite hot and stuffy and yelling, and it's like all my trigger points all at once.
Yeah. Well, it's like, you know how they have those kids swimming classes for babies that are just invented so women can punish their husbands
when they're
for drinking too much.
Yes.
So they take them to a pointless swimming class that the kids will never remember anything. So you got 10 pale, nearly vomiting
in a circle.
green dads in a circle going, the swimmer in the pool goes kick, kick, kick. And it's so loud in the pool. And it's just, you take them to swimming.
Yes.
Because you're a piece
You've
of
done
shit.
nothing all week. I've been at home
You
all
drank
week.
right through the pregnancy. And now you get yours on a Saturday morning.
You always get the overzealous dad as well because you give them underwater time. For the first time you dunk them under and teach them how to hold their breath. And you always get one overzealous dad who just sends their kid to the bottom. Flows, and the ladies go, no. And then they pull it up and the kid's like...
Yeah, they're testing the science of it because apparently kids can't drown, can't when they're really young.
Yeah.
They can't. They've got a reaction that stops them breathing.
It's pretty funny.
It's like, yeah, okay, fucking professor, don't test it with your own kid. But it's so grim. And then your kids at 3, you go, oh, we've got to take them to, to teach them how to swim. And it's like, what were we doing? It's like, oh, they don't remember that.
What have I been doing for 2 years? Every Saturday morning.
Oh, no, they don't remember it until they can't learn anything until they're 4.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, thanks for that.
Yeah.
I vomited in the pool.
I vomited in my mouth so many times during those lessons.
It's so hot and so sweaty and so loud.
Yeah. And they're just babies. You get out, there's babies everywhere. There's nappies full of shit everywhere.
And these just dads that are just dead inside, dead.
A couple of the dads we always prayed for a code brown, so then to cancel swimming, and then we talked about whether we'd do one ourselves. Yeah. And
you
we're
would
always
be
worried about the babies.
You would be. Everyone would boo you and get angry, but then they'll send you a text. Thanks, bro. Thanks, man. I can't publicly support you in this.
I know you're.
I'm sorry, I can't be seen to be supporting this. But thanks so much for that code brown, man.
Yeah. You saved us. Yeah, you end up on the locals Facebook group. But
you sneak in and put a bit of E. coli in the pool or something.
You just chuck a picnic.
Good shot.
I'll chuck a mini picnic bar in there because once it gets a bit nutty and it melts, then you can.
Like in the movie Caddyshack.
Yeah. Okay.
Next one. Yours, please.
Kia ora. Sky Stadium changing its name or lease run out. So we need a new name for the Cake Tin. I believe it's probably time that we just call it the Cake Tin. You're always like, yellow seats, is it poor design choice? No, it is beautiful, mate. It is beautiful. It shows mana, it shows integrity, and it's a fucking cake, bro. Who doesn't like a cake? Have a good day, bro.
It doesn't show mana. I think we should call it the drain.
Who was he imitating then? Was it
I don't know.
me
I'm
or
offended by that.
Was that I feel like
Could be any of us.
trying to imitate me there. It was pretty close. It was a close imitation. So we don't get
the
to
cake
name
is
it.
shit, Tim.
Well, it's almost like a custard cake.
Custard cake, won't it?
We don't get to choose the name, but it's a new sponsor will come on board. That was the worst. That was a weird time, wasn't it, when Sky was spending all that money sponsoring
Meanwhile,
things,
though, it seemed to be losing a lot of money.
Yeah. So that's come up. So obviously...
I never understood that as well. It's because it's on Sky. So you've already got Sky. You know what I mean? It seemed like a strange...
Yeah, no need.
No need.
Tell you what, it'd be good if someone like DAZN sponsored it, because then Sky Sport would have to be forced to call it DAZN Stadium.
Oh, that would be smart.
Something like that. DAZN.
DAZN. I've only just found out recently that it's DAZN.
Yeah. DAZN.
Yeah, I was calling it DAZN.
DAZN.
Or DAZN.
DAZN. Yeah, it's not.
DAZN.
It's not clear. DAZN.
What's the price tag on
And
something
even
like that?
DAZN is not a great name.
I'm not sure what the price tag is. I can't imagine it's overly cheap.
What if it was something like
The ACC Stadium was my
like
first thought, but
like a drain cleaner or something?
money is time.
Drano.
Draino.
Toilet duck.
Wait and forget stadium.
That's the way it's
Wait and forget stadium. There you go. Or 30 seconds.
30 seconds walk away. I reckon wait and forget stadium's pretty good because
it's also a little bit punny, I think.
What about spray and walk away?
What about Whirlpool? Isn't there some kind of whiteware thing called Whirlpool?
Yeah,
that's like Fisher and Paykel's budget brand or something.
Whirlpool
So
Stadium.
Whirlpool Stadium.
Just Jeff.
Well, I mean, who makes cake tins? Who actually makes
Sistema?
cake tins?
Oh, but Sistema
Sistema,
sponsor
yeah,
the Forsyth Bar Stadium.
Yeah, they got Forsyth Bar.
That was a good investment from them.
Sistema. I mean, they
The
must.
Sistema lunchbox.
Yeah, it's a great. I mean, they've nailed it.
Yeah. Could the ACC afford it? The ACC cake tin?
Oh, look, I'd have to get some sort of loan, some sort of financial advice on that. I'm not sure what the benefits would be.
How much does it cost? Is Eden Park just not up for sale?
No, I don't think so. They sell everything else. They sell every stand and everything else, but I don't think it is. But what about
calendar girls? Would calendar girls do
cash?
That's a great shout.
I don't deal in cash though.
All right.
What if the accident compensation sponsors it, and then we'll just hijack that?
Oh yeah,
ACC Stadium.
You should infiltrate the Accident Compensation Corporation to fund it, because they've got their whole push on having a before you play sport.
Yeah.
That really judgmental ad that makes you want to just do something stupid.
Yeah.
The ad makes me want to break a leg.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Makes me want to fake an injury and claim ACC.
Yeah. And
facts.
But they're in the game of judging people for trying to be active.
Yeah.
So they could jump on the ACC Cacton.
ACC
Have a him ACC
Cacton.
Before you guys play this game, maybe think about not playing it.
Have a him.
Should we just not play this game? Because someone might get hurt.
It's bound to be a PwC stadium or a Deloitte stadium. They're only the ones with enough money.
I reckon you can be too successful in your sponsorship, like Forsyth Bar Stadium. People don't think about Forsyth Bar. It's like the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah.
You don't. It's been so successful that you don't think of Guinness with this.
It's like Michelin-starred restaurants.
That's a tyre company.
Yeah.
I saw a Forsyth Bar building the other day and then thought of the stadium. In fact, it's doing the opposite of what I think they're trying to do.
Right. So you saw Forsyth Bar, the company, and thought, they're promoting the stadium.
Yeah.
It's the stadium office. Well, that's weird.
I'm not going to fucking invest in a stadium.
Zuru
What does the stadium know about investing my money?
Zuru
would be interesting.
Oh, Zuru?
I'm just trying to think of the big
But I
brands
mean,
that
the
would do
conflict
it.
of interest there.
Why is that?
With
Auckland FC.
Auckland FC,
Big dick move though for Auckland FC to then buy Phoenix's stadium.
Big Dick Stadium would be good.
Yeah, that'd be good.
that sounds good.
Well, I mean, you got.
I reckon the best one is Spuck Arena, because it rolls off the tongue.
Spuck
Arena.
Arena.
The Spuck Arena.
Yes,
Spuck Arena.
What is the name of the stadium if it's not called the Cacton?
Wellington Regional Stadium.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck
Kill
that.
myself.
Pretty sure that's what it's called. Because
Oh,
remember when during the Women's FIFA World Cup they couldn't call them by their proper names? They couldn't call it.
The woman or the stadium?
They couldn't call it Sky Sports Stadium.
You weren't allowed to call women by their proper names?
No. He had to call it Wellington Regional Stadium.
All right. Why do you need regional?
I don't know.
It's just Wellington Stadium would be good. Like, we know it's in a region.
I know. Look, don't
As opposed to Metro
don't
Stadium.
kill the messenger, okay? I'm just trying to deliver the message here. But
Is Wellington a region as well as a city? Like Auckland?
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, is Upper Hutt in Wellington?
Technically, the region, they're in the same...
Region.
Do they have the same... no, they have different mayors and shit, don't they?
Do they?
Do they?
Right. You should know, mate.
They don't have a super city, do they? Auckland are the ones just silly enough to combine all the city councils.
Fuck, can we undo that? The super city?
This
You people
podcast.
on the northern beaches, and this podcast, people on the northern beaches are so fucked off with super city.
Totally.
Yeah. It's like the needs of you fucking elite beach going wounders are very different for us in the fucking mean streets of Mount Eden. Very different needs.
So different. Okay, well, send us your own suggestions. If that sponsorship's coming up, what we can do with the Cacton.
I still think Big Dick Energy Arena is good.
Big Dick Energy Arena. Yeah.
BDE Stadium.
BDE Stadium. How good would that be?
Because like everyone's running, like the ACC's running, like they have a
Yeah.
Is there any organisation that's running sort of Big Dick Energy kind of just show them what you got?
Well, if BDO sponsored it, we could just change it to BDC and just like get all the signage will just kind of rub out the right-hand side of the O and just go BDC.
Because is there an energy company that would dare call himself Big Dick Energy?
Do you know what? Funnily enough, I remember...
like Meridian changes its name to Big Dick Energy.
That would be good.
We got briefed by an energy company wanting to do an integrated partnership with some content, and that was our suggestion.
Was it?
Yes. We'll bring the Big Dick Energy.
This is why we keep missing out on those big clients.
Yeah.
Because you come back and say, can we call it Big Vagina? And they're like, no.
Why?
Why? I don't know.
Because we're going to bring the Big Dick Energy.
And we go, we will not take your money unless we say something stupid.
It feels like I'm
around
back in
it.
a pitch meeting.
I've been to many of them. You've got to read the room.
That's our bottom line.
Yep.
That stupid double entendre.
We will not do this promotion without a dirty alliteration.
Yeah, and they're like, but this is so much money.
No. We've got to stand.
Big Dick Energy.
Yep.
Last one, yours please, a
Sorry.
shorty.
All right.
Yeah, g'day guys. I just thought of something. Instead of the Grim Lane Curse, it should just be called the Lane Violation.
That's fucking good.
That is good, actually.
I mean, that's the talkback function at its finest, by the way.
I don't think we use lane I don't think we use lane enough as a last name. Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Like we should have like a bit where you go stay in your lane, like a segment that's stay in your lane.
So it's is that me saying something and
changing lanes?
You guys me yelling.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Lane violation's good.
Yeah.
I like that. There is a lot of lane on double entendres you can do as well.
Yeah.
Like never change lanes without indicating, both in the bedroom and on the road.
Yep.
I've never heard that. That's quite good.
Well, you take that.
I'm concerned that you haven't.
Some of that.
I'm concerned that you don't just know that without having been told.
By principle,
yeah.
I'd kind of assumed it.
Yeah.
It was just that, I've never heard it being put so succinctly before.
We'll put it on a T-shirt then.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Put it on a T-shirt and sort of try and get a client on board.
Hey, guys.
It's like McDonald's comes to us and says, hey, we've got a bunch of money for you. Really? Only if it comes with a never change a lane without indicating T-shirt. I'm sorry, that's our bottom line.
In the bedroom
and then in brackets
on
in the bedroom and on the road. And we just want to make it click ad with Ronald McDonald.
Hey guys, that's not going to work for us. That's all we've got.
I want the hamburger.
Right. Well, you can take your money and give it to someone else. And they're like, we will?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's your prerogative.
All right, delete that one.
Fucking definitely delete that one.
Most of it anyway.
Good to see you guys.
You've been listening to the ACC's Agenda podcast, brought to you by Export Ultra. For more episodes, like and follow on iHeartradio or wherever you get your podcasts.